Hi everyone, my name is Maria Hamill and I am the Learning Programs Coordinator with Veterans Upward Bound. And today we're going to be going over networking and how to improve some networking skills. So first up, we'll be going over the importance of networking, some different networking tips, and then some different local groups in West Michigan that you can join for networking specifically. First of all, what is networking? So, according to Top Resume, networking is establishing and maintaining long term, mutually beneficial relationships. Networking is not one sided favors, it is not achieved overnight, and it is not just a one time thing. So, I found this quote that I thought was very kind of beneficial and really drives this home is that it says, you have to get out there and connect with people. It is not called net sitting or net eating. It is called networking. You have to work at it. So, kind of like going back to what networking is not, it is not achieved overnight. It's not a one time thing because you need to work at it continually. So, the importance of networking by networking, you're able to build relationships in your professional and your personal life. I don't know about you, but when I think of networking, I think of it more geared towards your professional life, but you can also use it to build your circle of friends and acquaintances. It also helps you increase your open mindedness. When I say open mindedness, I mean that it helps you see and talk to folks who are different from you and view different perspectives. It can help you become a better team player, and it can also increase your communication skills and increase your confidence overall. So, where do we network? Well, the great thing about networking is that it can happen anywhere, anytime, and with anyone. So, when I think of networking, I think of yourself going to a place like a restaurant or bar. There's a large group of people, it's held by some specific employer or group. People have name tags on. You kind of get the picture. That's what I view. However, you can network anywhere, anytime, but we're going to go over maybe some different areas that you're not thinking about. For example, you can network at social events. So, when you're going to weddings, friends parties, grad parties, sports clubs, or even volunteering. Take this opportunity to talk with those around you, and you never know where a connection might lead to. Of course, you can network at professional events such as seminars, in the cafeteria at your place of employment. You can ask a colleague to get lunch with you and talk about different topics and network with them. Email, that's not something that you might normally think about, but you can network through email. So let's say you are looking to make a career move or you're looking to work at a specific employer. You can use email to network by, let's say, if you are to look at the company directory of someone that you want to talk to and maybe work in a position that they're similar to, you can reach out to them through email and ask them different questions about how did they get to where they're at today, or is there any openings at the company, etc. So, no, email is also a great place to network. Lastly, you can also network through social media networks, such as LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn has this really cool thing where they provide all eligible service members and vets a one-time free upgrade to a premium account for a year. So, through this account, through this LinkedIn account, you can access to LinkedIn coaches and you can get learning modules that are specific for veterans. So I encourage you to take a look at how to sign up to get a premium account for veterans. I will include the link to do so in the workshop directions. All right, so now we're going to go over some different tips for networking. First up is determining what networking style works best for you. So, for example, are you a more introverted or are you more extroverted individual? Let's focus on introverted right now. So, If you're a more introverted individual, maybe different locations that you can network at that work best for you would be try talking to someone one on one, asking them out to a coffee shop or going to a small event. Um, Introverted folks normally find it easier to talk with people maybe one on one rather than a large environment. This also might be great for someone who is more introverted to reach out to someone via email regarding different opportunities. If you're more extroverted, maybe you are more comfortable talking with lots of different people at an event per se, or going up to folks right away and starting up a conversation. So it's kind of just determining what environment and what kind of style is going to work best for you when it comes to networking. Next up is have a plan and set a goal for yourself. And when I say set a goal, I'm not talking about, okay, I'm going to go to this networking event, I'm going to talk to 3 people, and then I'm going to leave. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm saying is you're kind of looking more for what you're looking to accomplish. So let's say you're looking to make a career move or you're looking to work at a specific company. Maybe your goal for that at, let's say, a networking event is I'm going to try to find someone in my career that I'm looking to go into, and I'm going to try to get their contact information so I can set up a time to talk to them about how they got to where they're at. So that's kind of like the goal. So go into the networking event, networking opportunities, emails, etc., with something that you'd like to accomplish. Also, before you go to a networking opportunity or just speaking to different individuals and going to network, is to be prepared. Oftentimes, when we're networking, you can get a little tongue tied and you're like, I'm not really sure what to say next or what we're supposed to be talking about. That's okay. But it would be a good idea to, before you go, to research current trends in your industry or just topics in general that maybe if you're feeling tongue tied, you can fall back on those while you're trying to think of the next question to ask an individual. And be prepared for some common questions. So folks might ask you, why are you at this networking event today? What are you looking to get out of being in this networking group? Or how come you're moving from X, Y, and Z location to this location? So it's just kind of getting those questions that might be asked to you prepared, but making sure that you're not, reading off a script per se. And lastly, this one is more for if you're meeting someone in person or like an event, but bring business cards with you with your contact information so you can give out to folks who you might want to work at their company or just connect with them in the future. And if you don't have business cards, I would suggest maybe you bring some pieces of pen and paper so you can write down their contact information or give your contact information to them. Number 4 is get outside your comfort zone. So when we get outside our comfort zone, it feels like we're taking a risk. It's super uncertain, but kind of like in this photo that you see here, when you get outside your comfort zone, this is where the magic happens. This is where you start making those connections. You're putting yourself out there, can feel really uncomfortable, but it's something that we really should do often. And when you get outside your comfort zone and you're talking with folks that maybe you wouldn't normally talk to, it's great because you get to learn from others who are different from you. You get to share your experiences, they get to share their experiences, and it's just a mutually beneficial opportunity, and it helps to grow to a mutually beneficial relationship. Also, just remember to be yourself when you're networking. People, they want to see the true you. And remember that everyone else who is networking, they're probably just as nervous as you are, and that's okay. And the very last step, this is super important, and people often do not do this, and it's very vital, is that you need to follow up. If you're at an event or you're networking with somebody or you're talking with someone in the coffee shop line, get their contact information if you feel as though it's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship. And then when you get their contact information, follow through with the connection. So whether that be, during our conversation, we talked about you having an opening at your company. Here is my resume. If you don't follow through, the connection will not happen. So you must follow through. And also, if you feel comfortable, You can follow them on social media, they can follow you on social media. But again, you never know where a connection may lead to, so please follow up through that connection. All right, so as promised, I included some different groups within West Michigan that you can take a look at that are veteran specific, and then one that's not veteran specific, but for different groups for networking. So first up is the Veterans Networking Job Club through West Michigan Works. And again, all of these links that we'll be going over today, they will be in the directions page of the workshop. So this networking club is through West Michigan Works, and it's a virtual opportunity for veterans seeking employment. They meet up every third Thursday of the month, and during this event you can meet fellow veterans, employers, educators. So I encourage you to check out this website and register and then join the meeting. Next is investvets.org. This is a group that holds virtual networking events, and they're a little bit more industry specific. So as you can see, they have meeting times, I believe it's through Zoom or something like that, for like banking services, construction, IT. And this is something where you can go and network with different individuals. And lastly, I wanted to include just some general groups within West Michigan that are for networking. So let's say if you are someone who is looking to go into public relations, or you are in public relations, this would be a group that you can meet up with people and discuss and network with them for the industry. But they also have lots of different groups and kind of specifics. For example, there's lots of different groups for women. There's groups for young professionals. I know Grand Rapids Young Professionals is for anyone under the age of 30. So again, I encourage you to take a look at these networking events, and they often are pretty user-friendly to get set up, and they do post when they're meeting up. So take a look. And as always, if you're not sure where to even begin when it comes to networking, you'd like someone to take a look at your resume or help you build up your resume, give us a call or an email at Veterans Upward Bound. We're here to help you, or take a look at our website. Thank you. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and have a great rest of your day.